And I'm going to, along the way, notice that we've got this conveyor belt all across here. We can not actually cross that anywhere else. Can I just drive over it? Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our, well, teeny tiny water pond for the amount of pumps that we have got going out here. Now for a quick start, I just wanted to say, if you see me being a bit less energetic and a bit more tired than usual today, really want to ask you to, well, not be mad at me for that, but in general, I've not had the greatest time the last few days. It's been having quite the bad migraine and all, and we just actually, whoops, been having quite the bad migraine and all, so I have not been feeling all too well, and I'm probably going to be a bit messed up today. But overall, before I made this, like, quick and easy mistake of tearing this pipe down, the overall idea here for today, I think, is to actually, well, push our water production or water pumping capacities a good bunch, so we can hopefully soonish move on to getting more coal generators in the base and actually pre-provisioning for an even bigger mega factory, because let's face it, it's going to grow to space, basically. And, well, then maybe, potentially, if the production line is getting on fast enough, moving on to the next phase for the space elevator. We will see how that very thing shall go. For the time being, we'll start out right here. So what we will need here now is going to be a new junction cross for the pipeline, which you're going to place right there, and I'm going to keep that right there for the time being, because I do not want to risk our, well, half our production shutting down due to a power outage, because I, well, tear down half the pipe and no more water gets to where it needs to be. So we're just going to kind of pre-build a few of these things before we focus on actually, well, connecting these things into the overall pipe network. So we're going to go and grab all these pipes out here. We're going to go and nicely merge those into one, and I'm pretty sure that this right here should already be a secondary pipe, right? I'm pretty confident that it's not routed into the primary one that we had going, but it's actually a totally separate one. Yes, so we can actually then merge all the water that we pump out from the other pipes into, well, not the other pipes, but from the other water extractors into this one. So let's grab that pipe right there, and run out of iron plates. Didn't think I'd run out of that very soon. Well, 2 meters away from the goal, and we're missing literally iron plates. That is a very rare one, I would say. But I'm gonna go head over to the base, grab a few stacks of iron plates so we can continue, and hopefully also continue with some other stuff in the future. And I'm going to, along the way, notice that we've got this conveyor belt all across here. We can not actually cross that anywhere else. Can I just drive over it? Apparently, that is not an issue at all. We might have slightly damaged our truck right there, looking at the bottom left corner of the screen, but other than that, we seem to overall be fine. So I'm going to go and pick up some materials for this stuff real quick, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, and back we are with the pipe system. Did actually manage to get the tractor back across the pipe, not the pipes, but the conveyor once again, so kind of happy that that worked out somewhat well, because otherwise it could have taken absolute ages driving around. But we do have some more metal plates now, and something that I did actually notice is that apparently in update 4, if I can find my inventory, what was done is that the iron plate stacks have actually been doubled in size. We can now stack 200 of those, because well, in our base, very many, well, not very many, but, well, at least the steel plate production line was very busy getting things underway again and stacking up things in the container, because of course now that has double the capacity that it's had before. But with that said, that is these things attached to the pipe network then. What's actually kind of interesting to me here is that this thing keeps spooling up and down, supposedly. Which, I guess there's just so much water in there that it just keeps spooling up and down. But what we're going to do here for a quick second now is that we're going to go and dismantle this. We're going to go and quickly grab the pipeline, Mark 1. Going to pull that into there, which of course we can do, because we will have to absolutely totally redo this entire connection. So let's go and grab this pipe, put that in there, grab that, and without us standing in it, connect that to there. Cool, so that's now all beautifully looped in for a start. Now, what we will have to do next is actually extend some power out to this thing, which means that maybe for a start, we should have a quick look over here. Where in the world is this power mast? There. But yeah, I think the power network overall should be able to take it without totally dying. So fingers crossed that that's going to be fine. We're going to go and pick up a power line from out here. We're going to pull that out to over here. We're going to pull out a second one to there. And connect that one in there, and that one in there, and those are now beautifully going. Okay, cool. So that should be all the water provided for then that we're going to need in order to actually get our production, well, not our production, our power production to where we want it to be. Now, of course, that's a lot of water extractors, but well, I cannot spend the money on overclocking, which, to be honest, you know, maybe in the future would be a good idea to just overclock these things in order to not have to look for a new water pond, but, I don't know. I just don't have that many of these. So, we will see about what we're going to do with that for the time being. This should all suffice. Anyways, I hope, and well, we've at least pre-provisioned for more crawl power plants. We have not built them yet, though, so that is going to be another step in the chain. I do think that I had built a water reservoir in the base already for this second set of pipelines, but maybe that's something to check as well, and well, then after that we'll have to see. We will have to see about a lot of things, you know, actually upgrading the coal miner, actually finding out how to drive across this again. Certainly not like that. I'm gonna eventually get this thing stuck on here trying that. But yeah, so I mean the miner we will have to take care of, and I think we'll have to drive it around the outside. I know I'm being a bit lazy and all, but well, we shouldn't risk it that much. So yeah, bunch of things to upgrade and take care of, and there's a pipeline in the way, right? Oh my god. I should have really taken care of this a bit better when building, shouldn't I? You know, I should have actually, like, left some space, elevated these conveyors a bit or something. And yeah, so that just happened. I'm not quite sure how, but good thing we're not gone yet, because we're going to ASAP have to run back here and get those things taken off the grid again before we incur all the issues. That would be pretty darn terrible. How did that just happen? I thought we had the power to run these. I did look with you all, it looked pretty good, didn't it? Well, we're gonna take this one to standby, but no, that is not. That's something else, isn't it? What happened there? That's our production actually going bird. That was not our like used power. Oh no, now it is our used power. What in the world just happened? Okay, let's turn this one off. What? What do you mean? Please. I just took these pipes off the network for 0.2 of a second. I think we may have actually messed up something with the piping right here. Something I do not know. We should have built the buffers before attaching all this stuff. Oh god. Mayday! We have an issue. A rather massive one. Can we slide, please? No, we cannot. There's water flowing through these pipes, so cannot be that, right? Where does the issue come from? Why are we all of a sudden using this much power? What just changed? We're using like 600 megawatts of power. From like 550? 450? Or is it the production that went down? I cannot fix things like this, but if I don't, we're gonna run out of power sometime soon. I gotta get back to those coal power generators. What in the world have I done? And what happened? And oh god. Please, let me across these pipes. Thank you. I did not have the time to mess with this now. This is a bit of a major emergency, to be honest, because, well, as you all may know, we do not have the power buffers yet, so if we are not able to get the water back into the system ASAP, or, well, at least keep the water into the system until we figure out the issue, we are going to be in for a lot of trouble, and actually getting back home from here is going to take a few years, even if we use a tractor, especially considering that the coal power generators are on the other side of our base, and I've just also kind of gone the wrong way. Go away, Hoggy. I just drive him out. I just drove over a Hoggy. Didn't even know I could do that. What in the world? Oh god, but yeah, we'll have to zoom all the way down here. We'll have to zoom all the way back up there and all the way around to the coal power generators. This is going to be a long voyage. And I've got absolutely no clue what's currently going wrong with this. Like, our power production went absolutely flawlessly there until we disconnected and reconnected that pipe. Which, you know, would lead me to think that we had a temporary water shortage, but given that we had tanks, and given that we had them 3 pumps attached to that pipe, we should not have ran out of water in that short of a span of time, especially since I'm seeing up there that we do actually have water tanks around. So, in that case, I would have thought that we would have maybe requested too much power with those new pumps, which I turned them off and it still doesn't work. So, what in the world caused this power spike? I'm not sure. So you've got the water in this thing. Is it? Did it just work? Mate, why is it working now? Was it really me detaching the pipe for like the best part of 2 seconds? You've got to be absolutely joking, right? I mean, I've got like a flippin' whole tank here that should prevent these kind of things, and it's totally full. That cannot have been it. And now the power demand is going down again as well. Why do we have such a spike in power demand all of a sudden? I don't get it. Like, look at that. We're easily back to consuming like 450 megawatts. How did it spike to 600? That should not have been the pumps. Like, if we look at the pumps right here, right, you should be able to see that we've got like 20 megawatts. So given that we've got like a base load of maybe 500, I think like 510 tops or something is a rather safe assumption. So 20 megawatts on top of that should mean that we've still got an easy, like, nearly 10%, maybe 8-9% buffer left over. We should not have a worry in the world about this. I do not understand what just happened and how it fixed itself after I just drove across half the base. That is very weird and honestly slightly worrying. So maybe before we continue working further on our power grid, we should actually consider getting a bit of a buffer going somewhere in the form of like these new thingies that we got from the upgrade, which are called power storages. So, I mean, we only need like some status for that, which we should have surplus off of. 100 megawatts for 1 hour. I think, what were we using, like 450? We don't even need that many of those. Say 500. Like, if we can get 5 of these things going, we would be able... Well, I don't know what 1 hour... Is that like... Is in-game time and Satisfactory time different, or is it basically the same? Because I think it's basically the same, right? So, say 1 hour of power from those things would mean 1 hour of power in-game, like, in real life too? I hope? I would guess, like, that's what the case is. Please let me know if you know down below in the comments. But I think getting, like, 5 of those things going would be absolutely awesome, and it would kind of back us up on this whole expansion project too, just in case we mess anything up again. And on top of that, you know, it would also probably last us for more than 1 hour, given that we would probably still have the overall power system running, so we could probably just discharge one after another and, you know, keep that going for 5 hours straight. So, yeah, I don't know. If you have any clue about that, let me know. I think that's going to be our next kind of goal, though, for the time being in terms of the power grid, and then afterwards we're probably going to look towards, well, first things first, upgrading coal miner, then upgrading the belts that are leading to our power plants, and then, well, probably looking at like 2-3 more power plants. I think 2 should be the plan, right? I think we always power 3 power plants fully overclocked with one pipeline that has 3 water pumps behind it, so that should be the plan probably. But what I've come here to look for, aside from getting the actual status, would be the next things required for project assembly if I would be able to stop lagging myself off these stairs. For some reason the game, well, I mean, what did I say for some reason, but the game really doesn't like me going up these stairs, because I suppose it's rendering all the production processes in the background, and somehow very much gets messed up by that. But what I've come here to check is how many of the automated wirings we do have in the factory at this point, to see if we can maybe this episode actually go and boost along project assembly, because that would be absolutely awesome, of course. And then, well, on top of that, we do want some status, and holy moly do we have a lot of them. Nearly 300 of them. I'm gonna take like a stack. I don't think we really need more, do we? No, we need like 5 apiece, so I mean, we're very golden on status. We're gonna have to grab some more of these modular frames, but we should have a good bunch of stock downstairs for that too. I think automated wirings were 1 further up, right? I don't even know how many stories there are to this mega factory at this point. We need to count that at some point, but nope. Where did I... Oh, there. That's it. Okay. So we're gonna go and quickly check this out here. 85. Okay, so not quite, I would say then, right? We needed 100, I think. We're gonna take those 85 with us for the time being, regardless, to put that into the space elevator. But I'm pretty sure we needed 100, so it is probably going to extend out to next episode, this endeavor. Now, what we also wanted was some of those frames, which they've changed the shaders so much inside buildings that I would honestly very much love to have a flashlight that I can use at night, because it's really dark in here now. Not to say that it looks bad. Don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely amazing, especially with all these lights and the conveyors and cans and everything, but holy moly is it dark in here. But this is then where we get all the frames, and well, how many did I need? 20 apiece? No, 10, so we're good. We're very good on materials. We're gonna have to go and pick up some copper wires, but we can do so in our base. Other than that, we do have everything to set up a bunch of power storages. Now, we're going to have to see how the power storages work. I assume that they're just going to basically take, well, the surplus that we have and store it. So, hopefully shouldn't imply any issues with the power grid if I attach them. But, like, they drain power instead of the machines. I hope they just kind of take whatever we have left. And, yeah, then we're going to start storing power. I think we're going to place it somewhere behind the space elevator as well, so nice and close to what we are heading to anyways. We've got some space back there that we're probably... Whoopsies. Holy moly. Oh. Just destroying plants as usual. We've got some space back there that we're probably not going to use for anything else anyway, so that should be fine. Another thing that I quickly wanted to look at with you all was the Fix It Awesomeness shop, because of course we've been pumping stuff into here for quite a while now. We've got 12 coupons out there, so you know, could use those for something. And I did want to look at what options we still have here. So we do have wall outlets, which are honestly kind of interesting, because of course we're currently sort of somewhat just pulling cables through factory walls, which is sort of not the most elegant solution. Foundations, expansion pack, interesting. Well, we've got that thing, of course. We've got a lights control panel. We've got light. Wait, we do have lights in this game. Oh, okay. So maybe we should get a few of those. It's even street lights and stuff. It's kind of nice. Yeah. So maybe something to look forward to. There's also statues, or is it more like trophies? I'm not quite sure. It is actual statues. So I assume those are pretty massive. It would be pretty cool to put one of those somewhere eventually, maybe like the entrance part of our mega factory or whatever when we redesign this. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing that I would really badly want at the moment. So I think we can maybe delay that till a later point. And you know, once this thing is fully stacked up with the 200 stacks of iron plates, and again as well, more of these are going to flow into there and we're going to proceed ever faster. But that's not what we're here for. Let's go first things first to the space elevator. Let's push, well, not push it a little further, but push our materials in there at least. You can see it's 100. So we're not quite there yet. We need another 15, but that should easily be done by next episode. The other thing that we're here for, of course, then being the well, power storage stuff. So bunch of copper wires right there. Hey buddy, how are you doing? Let's just say hi to our beautiful lizard doggo here. He's got some limestone. Okay, we're gonna trash that, but thanks buddy. We're gonna see what our other one has for us too. You know, we did find out that they can give us power shards and stuff eventually, so, or power slugs rather, so can always be lucky right there. We get Caterium, which is fine. We don't need that at the moment, but thank you, buddy. And, well, we're going to see you later then. So, what we are going to go do then is actually find a spot. And please tell me I have some concrete with me. I do. We're going to find a spot to do all this power storage stuff. And just absolutely, totally fall off the platform there. I'm thinking that we can probably do it back here. Wait, we've got a third lizard doggo? I forgot about you. I'm so sorry. How long have I not visited you for, buddy? How are you doing? So this was the plan for our power storage facility. Given that we are, well, building little lizard doggo huts back here, and generator. I mean, the generator's standing up here, right? So having a bunch of power storage out here wouldn't be the worst idea, and I'm pretty sure we can just get lizard doggos like over there or something. So let's go and get some foundations laid out here. Not too many, but I think it's a good spot, you know, right behind the power generators. We can get a bunch of these things going. I'm going to expand it a bit more than we need to already, so we can, you know, well, either put more here if we already have more materials, or take care of that at a later point. But well, that way we can well, put in a like nice 9 thingies, power storage just right here, and that should last us for a while. And then we've got space for another like 2 coal generators up here easily, I'd hope. If not, we'll maybe have to build one somewhere else, but I hope that this is going to be fine. So let's go power storages. I hope there's only 1 foundation slot. It looks as though it is. And it also looks as though it is centrable? Not like that though, okay. So, like this. Hey, okay, cool. So, we're gonna go and build a bunch of those out here. Then we're gonna see how they work. And, well, we've actually got enough materials for... well, we kind of don't. I want to have materials for another 2, but I guess we start like this. Looks quite impressive as is, to be honest. These things are bigger than I thought they would be. We're going to go and build a few power poles out here. Now, we do, unfortunately, probably not have enough cables, so we're going to need to go make some. But other than that, we can just nicely build a little grid of power poles out here. And... connect that to here, and here, and here, and here. And yes, I know, I wouldn't need quite as many. I could probably make it all work in terms of cables and all, but, well, whatever. We are going to attach a first 2 here, and then we're going to need to make more cables. And then we're going to check these out. But, yeah, you can see that they're actually charging up. So, that's pretty nice. I think, honestly, 5 storage units are going to be enough for a while. Sure, we could make more, but the time until they're full, like currently it's 2 hours and I've only got 2 attached to the grid. 5 is going to take an absolute age to charge, and then, well, you know, that's, I think that's honestly 100% fine, the amount of those that we currently have. So, yeah, let me go and quickly actually grab a few more of these, clonk, and move on to here to actually make myself a bunch more cables, and I'll be right back. Alright, so back we are with all the cables we need, and let's go and quickly reattach these things. Now, I know I've said I've probably got too many of these things already and to really need some more. And yes, we go for symmetry despite not needing to. But honestly, I do now have a few more copper wires, so we may as well just well, build one more. So I'm gonna put that there. That way, you know, at least some nice symmetry achieved, and we're gonna connect that thing up too. And then all these things are gonna be charging up for the next, yeah, 3 to 4.5 to 5 hours, so it's going to be a bit before all these are charged up, but hopefully now we're somewhat safe in the event of a issue. We can just put some more of this storage onto the grid and actually support any issues that we may end up having. So fingers crossed right there. That's going to take a while to charge up. But for today, then, we're going to end it off right here. Next episode, we should have all the automated wirings complete for the space elevator, then, and actually push that one level further, and then we can see what new toys are going to be in store for us. But for today, this is going to be it. So I hope you all enjoyed the episode. As usual, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way, then, as usual, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.